So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is other Ryan here.
And today we once again have another interesting video for you all. Now this one is talking about if the Five Nights at Freddy's nightmare suits may have been within the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 establishment.
Yes, as we know, the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 establishment was famously known for being a horror attraction, so this would definitely make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and amongst the community when we first saw these images, everyone was terrified of them first, and then a couple of people began to think, well, why would we actually see these animatronics in a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza chain? They look too terrifying.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't exactly expect to see these wandering around next to children, would you?
No, that's what I mean. I mean, I don't know, it feels like if Scott's going with a whole different approach to it, it just doesn't feel right, if you know what I mean. Like, it has to merge in with Five Nights at Freddy's 3, else, you know, what's the point in Five Nights at Freddy's 3?
Yeah, and I mean, we're used to seeing these animatronics, and they kind of look terrifying in their own manner, but these look almost deliberately terrifying, and, you know, it just seems to be hinting towards, with Five Nights at Freddy's 3, we had this horror attraction themed game, and now we have these overly terrifying animatronics, and a key thing is actually in the Night 1 phone call from the phone dude. He actually mentions the fact that you will be playing as a security guard, meaning you may possibly be an actor within the establishment. Another interesting point, he actually says that they will have to suit you up, and that obviously means getting you inside one of these animatronic suits. Instantly when I heard this, light bulbs went off, and it's just, you know, these suits look amazingly creepy, and if this whole Five Nights at Freddy's 3 establishment, if I can call it that, is meant to be a horror attraction, and we're seeing these absolutely terrifying looking animatronics, the dots seem to be connecting quite nicely here.
Definitely, yeah, and I mean, as we can see around the establishment, we see that already the suits are there, if you know what I mean, like the Bonnie suit, the Freddy suit, but obviously these aren't wearable, so if there was to be a suit, it would have to be a suit like what we're seeing here, because it's got the 5 fingers, and it's got the endoskeleton in that allows you to get inside, so...
Yeah, it makes you even think that possibly these things may have been turned on or activated in the day and been allowed to walk around or been stored in a cupboard and they would have popped out and said boo or something. I mean, that's literally, that was the description the phone dude gave the night guard to do if he was inside one of these suits. So, you know, if you're in a horror attraction and you're there to get scared, what's the first thing you'd expect to see? Overly terrifying animatronics with like over-exaggerated features.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, it would scare the hell out of me if I walked in and saw these.
Exactly, so it kind of makes me think that these could have been made for this establishment in particular.
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, they look so aggressive if you look at the hands and the teeth. I mean, they're made to look dangerous, and obviously horror, danger, they kind of unite together as one word pretty much, so it would make a lot of sense that these suits may have been designed for these employees to wear around the establishment.
Yeah, or you see, another thing I thought about is maybe these suits have existed and then they were almost inherited or found by the establishment owner, and then they may have, well, they may have wanted to use them, but they never got round to it because, of course, the establishment burned to the ground. And the reason why I'm actually saying that is because we have these suits in a very withered-looking style, and, you know, if these were meant to be newly made for this animatronic, why on earth would he want them to look so damaged right out of the box?
Yeah, well, I'm going back to a point that Dorco made on one of his videos, actually, but the video we done on Spring Freddy being in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Dorco basically said that the guy in the middle might actually be this character here, because as you can see, the paper plate doll there only has one eye blinking, and as you can see from this picture, it's got one eye, like, gone, missing, if you know what I mean.
You mean one eye's kind of a bit clouded over, blurred out? Yeah.
So it's almost got, like the light there.
It's almost like a kind of metaphorical hint, because, you know, when you see this other eye as well, the lighting's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this guy might have existed before, but obviously they may have, like, modified the suit in a certain way to get it looking the way it does.
I think that sounds plausible, because we have to remember, of course, in the source code that there is still the 8s and 7s within, so
yes, definitely.
That might also link these suits maybe to the past also.
Yeah, that's the big one on this, like, how they're going to tie in with the bite of 87. It's a very strange one.
Yeah, and I think the last point we should raise is the fact that, you know, if the phone dude's kind of saying that they'll have to suit you up and make you say boo, it's quite clear they already have these suits ready-made and almost ready to use. So does that mean that he had these guys and the phone dude didn't question the appearance of these, but he's actually he's almost more satisfied with finding the spring trap, but he may have seen these things as absolutely innocent in that case.
Yeah, I think obviously because Springtrap's alive and moving by itself, so it's like that probably amazed him a lot, like, whoa, this is a moving animatronic, whereas this kind of, I don't know, maybe the suit part of it, the animatronic side of it was like malfunctioned and broken down, so it's not really much of a scare.
I see, yeah, looking at the withered nature of it as well, it does kind of make sense, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
So there we have it, guys. There's once again something for you all to think about. Hopefully you did enjoy the video.
If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like it, and if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more theories like this and also some gameplay.
Absolutely. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys, and we'll of course see you on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.
Want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?